What's up everyone, it's your boy NR2003 aka Nathan Stapleton, and welcome back to Richmond Raceway for the second time this season for the JBL Cup Series. We're here at Richmond, this time underneath the lights, for the first night race of the chase, and for the race number 2 of the chase. But first, before we get to the Toyota Owners 400 tomorrow night, we have Uncharted qualifying here tonight as 10 drivers fight for 4 spots here at Richmond, and I'm joined by Amanda Miller back up here in the booth, who recently called the ILP race for the Pilot Truck Series. So another short wrap, but welcome up to the booth.
Good to always be back up here once again, ready to see what Richmond's going to have in store for these guys. I do apologize that I have been a little bit distracted in looking in trying to find ways to get to a road trip that I'm doing in a few days as of this recording, so apologies for that. But regardless, I'm going to try to set that aside and have fun with this, because that's what we're all here for.
Yeah, for sure, and it's great to be back for the JBL Cup Series for a 6-month break, getting things transferred over, finally back at Minneapolis. The racing was fantastic, but only one caution, and it ended up being a non-playoff driver of Memphis Fisher getting the job done. So we'll have to see if the trend continues going into this one. But here is number 50 of BB Abuez and the number 91 of Eric DeRue right behind him. And of course, Richmond, early on in this season, we had a whopping 5 cautions and 2 flips. Hopefully we do not see that happen here tonight and tomorrow night for the second time, but it is the chase, so who knows, these guys could somehow get even more aggressive than what they did the first time around. But what do you think we will see with it being a night race instead of a day race here at Richmond?
Oh boy, well, I gotta imagine that it's probably going to be a little bit more grippy on the track, because temperatures are going to be down a little bit, so these guys probably going to be able to be a little more aggressive while keeping the car under control. Lap times might be a little bit quicker, so hopefully everyone will kind of mind their P's and Q's from how the first race went of the season here at Richmond, and kind of realize, well, let's try not to go too crazy with that. So if anything, I feel like the first race of the season should be something that these guys should base it off of, as opposed to the fact that it is going to be under the lights.
Yeah, for sure. And I think part of the reason why that the first one was so crazy was that was the first time we've ever gone to this racetrack. I'm in the series and the channel as a whole. Since then, the Pilot Truck Series also came to Richmond, and they had a clean 50 lap race, clean and green. So maybe that's a sign of us to come here tonight. It'd be nice to have another clean 100 laps here for the Toyota Owners 400. But it is a short track, so who knows, probably will not be the case. But so far, 3.5 minutes into Uncharted qualifying, it is AJ Crash, number 79, on top of the board, with the number 27 of Twins Green in second, Ed Root in third, and Les in fourth. And then the 27 of Twins Green, like I was mentioning, he was second, and now he's up to the top, and now Crash said, nope, I'm going to take that top spot right back.
Any little bit of safety margin that you can give yourself. I'm also noticing this track's looking a little bit slightly multi-groove. I'm seeing guys running a few different lines, and 79 just ran about a half a lane to a lane higher in turns 3 and 4, and just went right back to the top. So I wonder if you might be seeing a little bit of gaming, trying to move around and see where the most grip is going to be at throughout the main event.
That could be interesting, because as far as I remember, in the day race, we didn't really see too much multi-groove racing. So maybe the added grip of being a night might affect these cars and might add a little bit of multi-groove racing here. That would be pretty interesting to see, and of course, hopefully we have a good 100 laps here tomorrow night for the second chase race on the season, as the 27's teammate who was in second is now his teammate Will Parrish jumps up to the top of the board, with Bajano in third.
I was surprised seeing the 26 up there. Will Parrish, of course, plenty of experience. So looking to make another one here. The 66 also up there as well. Also, not much of a surprise there. That 66 looking pretty speedy. But that 91 is just up ahead of him on track. And right now, sitting P5 has to try to find about another hundredth or so in order to try to get into that top four.
Times are very, very tight. As speaking of trying to get into the top four, Ronald Kennington in the 44 jumps up to second in that 44 machine. And as I was saying, the times are very, very tight. 20.617, 660, 663, 664, 669, 671, 678. As someone else just moved up and changed that, I believe. 709 and 742. So all within just over a tenth of each other. Very, very tight here in Uncharted qualifying, as the 62 goes way wide for whatever reason out of the rubber. I think the rubber is going to be about 2 lanes, and if you go outside of it, that might hurt the time a little bit. So, I might have to agree with you. These guys are definitely trying the higher lanes, the second lane, and for daily time, even the third lane, a lot more than what they did in the spring.
Hey, nothing wrong with trying some different stuff. If you do end up making the main event, you might have just a little bit more knowledge as to where the grip might be as compared to the rest of the field. So, C as 33 is thrown on a new set of tires, currently sitting seventh. Gonna hopefully try to get another few laps in here to try to break into that top four. But the 26, I mean, as far as breakaways go in a field this tight, a little bit broken away from everybody else. So I'm going to say that 26 is like pretty darn safe as it stands. Everybody else still up for grabs here in these last 2.5 minutes.
And the interesting thing about Lance's machine and then the number 33 machine, he's been by far the best Uncharted driver this season. He's made, I believe, 11 or 12 starts in 16 races. And with the lanes being equal, that is absolutely insane. Obviously, it would be possible with only 10 cars, but still, making 11 or 12 races, I think it's 11. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 11. Could be wrong, but pretty sure 11 in the first 16 races. Absolutely insane. But if he wants to make it a 12 for 17, he has to make it into the top 4. It does not need a lot. Needs to be a 664, and his best lap is a 671, but just shows of how tight the times are.
Just gotta get out there here pretty soon. Got just a little over a minute and a half to go. That's not a lot of time at this point. Field looking like it might be starting to kind of settle into form here. But, I mean, hey, still only a few thousand separating 4th through 6th. So, it's not over. But time to get after it here, guys.
And, well, you call it, and how about that? He's going to be right in front of the guy that he's trying to beat to make it into the Toyota Owners 400. And this could get interesting. It's a 79 of AJ Crash, potentially going to crash the Poly full Lance machine to try to make it into the show. Have to wait and see. I think he's going to be the freshest guy on tires, so going to pay attention to Lance machine in this number 33 machine. First lap probably won't be that good, since it was kind of a warm-up lap, and he stays where he's at. Yeah, 21.205. AJ Crash trying to maybe move him out of the way. This is interesting.
Hey, that 79 doesn't want him going any faster. He wants him. He does not want that 33 bumping him out, because that 79 is 4th right now. So he knows, and he's probably trying to give him a little bit of pressure just to be like, hey, you know you want to overdrive the corner. You know you want to dive in harder, which in reality is going to mess him up. So probably some strategy there from the 79, but it also just doesn't look like whatever adjustments they made on that 33. It doesn't look like he's going to be looking very hot here. So and the 79 is going to go underneath him. I think this is going to pretty much set the field for the part timers.
Yeah, I believe so. They might do a one more reset here. He's gonna at least get back to the line here. But yeah, that definitely hurt his time. Still going faster. Is he gonna get another reset? He does. And now he's pulling away from the 79 here. Can he, this is gonna be his last lap, I think. I don't think we're gonna get any more resets. Parrish is in, Kennington is in, and Goss is in. Will be Smith Jr. or AJ Crash, and it's not gonna be Smith Jr. 20.855 for the second straight lap, and I believe that's gonna do it, and it will. Definitely got interesting right there between the 79 and the 33. But at the end of the day, AJ Crash makes it on to his second straight race in the JBL Cup Series. And unfortunately, Smith Jr. we were focusing on him because he had the freshest tires, but he's not going to make it on into the show. Parrish, Kennington, Gossett, and Crash all make it into race number 17 on the season for the Toyota Fortnite. And for Ton on down, they will have to wait till, oh, I don't know, back to Daytona next time out for the Powerway 400. That's going to be a wild one for sure. And have to see who makes it there. But final thoughts before we get to the race number 17 on the season here tomorrow night at Richmond.
It looks like it might be pretty multi-groove. You can definitely find lap time no matter where you're running. I got to send a shout out to all of these drivers here. I mean, first through 10th, all separated by only 7/100th of a second. Very competitive. It was just that tight as far as making it or not making it. So bummer for Ton on down. But otherwise, I think it's going to be a good show. Hope that these guys just keep it a little bit cleaner and greener as compared to last time.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely do not want to have 5 cautions and 2 flips. But just have to wait and see. And you mentioned it with how close it is. Parrish did a 20.617 and BBUS did a 20.687. So very, very tight. Is that a preview of what we will see here tomorrow night for Chase race number 2? Just have to wait and see. Until then, for Andrew Miller, I'm NS Racing 97, aka Nathan Stapleton, and we will see you guys tomorrow night for Chase race number 2 and for the Toyota Owners 400. Bye!